I became the ambassador, Israel's ambassador to the United Nations in 1984. And shortly afterwards, I had a visit in my office, which I revisited the other day with a shocking discovery that we don't change the furniture or anything, in fact. Well, we have grown economically. But this office definitely enjoys constancy. There's no question about that. So in this same office, I got a knock on the door, and there is a young gentleman who wants to see you. And he says he knows you. And in he comes, and this is a strapping chassid, with a beard, face. And I said, "Do I know you?" He said, "You don't know me. Bibi, this is Shmaya." Now, so he doesn't say anything to you. Shmaya was a member of kibbutz of Mapam, Shomer Tzayir. And he'd been a very fine soldier of mine in the unit that I served in the army, and I was his commander, and I hadn't seen him for a few years, as you can see. And he said, "Well, you see, I've become a Lubavitcher, and the Rebbe wants to see you." I said, "The Rebbe wants to see me. Okay, let's go see him." And I said, "It's not so simple. We have to go to see him." And this was the eve of Simchat Torah. So he said, "We'll go tonight." I said, "Okay, 7, 8 o'clock?" He said, "No, 12 o'clock I'll pick you up. Midnight." All right, he picked me up. We came to that famous address, a replica of a house we have near Ben Gurion Airport. No, that's... and right next to it is a hall. It was about this size, smaller, I think. And I walk in. How many people are there? 1,000 people here? First of all, thank you all for coming. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Now, see, the difference between you and Chabad is they perform miracles, because they had about 4,000 people in a place like this. Now, how did they accomplish this miracle? They accomplished it by having hills and valleys of Hasidim, because they packed, it's not clear to me what the structure was, but they had boxes or things. Anyway, full. And in this human sea, I somehow was taken by Shmaya, brought to a stage. The stage was tiny. It was about the size of my outstretched arms. And there's a small Sefer Torah facing the wall. And Shmaya says, "Wait here." I said, "Here? Wait here." So sit down on the stage. And suddenly a door opens and shuts. You can't see anyone there, because the Rebbe was he was a man of enormous stature, but not of great height. And you saw the sea parting, like the Red Sea movement, and the Rebbe came up and went to the Sefer Torah. He started to read with his back to the crowd. And Shmaya says to me at that point, he says, "Now." I said, "Now what?" He said, "Go to the Rebbe now." I said, "Shmaya, he's reading the Torah." He says, "Go to the Rebbe now." The soldier giving the commander the orders. Life has its reverses. And I thought, well, this is not Rome, but in Lubavitch land, do as... So I came to the Rebbe, and I try to get his attention, but I'm not successful, so I tap him on the shoulder. And he looks like this to the side, and I said, in English. I said, Rebbe, I came to see you. And he said, just to see, not to talk? And then we started talking. He talked in Hebrew. He switched to Hebrew. Perfect Hebrew. With a certain Ashkenazi accent, but perfect Hebrew. And we spoke for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and the Hasidim are getting very restless. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and there's a buzz, a hum that begins to rise. 30 minutes, 35 minutes, I think my physical safety is now in jeopardy. And after 40 minutes, he stopped. He said what he wanted to say. And he turned to the audience, and with his hands, started to get the Hasidim to sing and dance. And then something happened I'll never forget till the end of my life. The Rebbe and his brother-in-law, I think they were both approaching 80 at the time, or maybe in their mid-70s, they took a Sefer Torah, the Torah school, and they went into the center of this hall, surrounded by all the Hasidim, and there was a light that shone from the ceiling and bathed them in a pool of light. And I see these two old bearded Jews dancing in a circle of light with a Torah. And I felt the strength of generations, the power of our traditions, our faith, our people. And now I'll tell you what the Rebbe told me. He said many things, but he said one big thing. He said, you will go into a house of lies. That's how he called a particular institution. He said, remember that in a hall of perfect darkness, totally dark, if you light one small candle, its light will be seen from afar. Or yakarot, its precious light will be seen by everyone. He said, your job, he didn't say job, shlichus, your mission is to light a candle for truth and for the Jewish people. And that's what I've tried to do ever since. Eli, you've been doing all your adult life from your youth, and this is what we're all asked to do.